Okay. Okay, that screen is starting its things. Okay, just a moment. Okay, yeah. So C5, we looked at it yesterday. It's just been a continuation of the drop. So I think we shared the signal also in the group. We shared the sell signal in the group yesterday. It took long though to pay. It took some time because we had these zones marked, right? I'll show you where I marked those zones just now. We had these zones marked, then price pushed back, and almost it actually broke out the zone here, which we had. But from there onwards, it just like melted down and it's still falling. So today it's possible we could get a continuation of the sales. Why I'm saying so, based on the view which I have on the daily. Okay, so this H1, you can see price is just hugging the 13. So if you're new with us, it's BTMM. So it's 13 EMA, 50 EMA, 200 EMA, 800 EMA. And the TDI is our bottom indicator. So for now, I'm seeing continuation of the drop. So if you check how the daily candle is looking like, you see there's huge momentum to the downside, as you can see. So now it's possible we could drop to, you can see all the zones we had marked. So price went into that zone. It could actually drop a bit more to possibly, okay, if you see here, we have a zone, this one, I'm not sure if it's clear, this one, which was broken and retested for that buy. So if we continue this zone into the future, you see that price is there now, right? But here we also have like a zone also. So I'm anticipating price to drop into the, excuse me, into that zone before possibly getting some form of pullback. We could get this move, right? Price will definitely want to come back into this area. Sure. Okay, so price will want to go back up to that order block on the top there on the daily chart. So as much as we're seeing a continuation with huge momentum here, just be ready for a possible pullback, possibly to here, or it can come as high as this area. So that's C5, C1. I believe yesterday we also looked at gold and V75, I think. So we'll look at them just now. So C5. Okay, C1, there's a zone which has been broken. I don't remember when we marked this, but price could possibly push up. Two things can happen from where the price is right now. Price can either push down or it can pull back up into this area here or into this zone here. So today, let's just wait for an intraday reversal, because if the price is bullish, if it's pulling back up, we will get like an intraday reversal, which will be like a pullback to that up move. So we could possibly catch a couple of pips as well. Let's just check H4. Yeah, H4, as much as it is a downtrend, I think price is bottomed out here. You see they've been failing to break last week's lows. This is last week's lows, right? Failing to break once, and they've been failing to break for the longest of times. So they could push back up right into the zone. So I'll be having limits C1, I would like to put my limits here. Okay, somewhere in this area. So I wouldn't mind having a limit at 72.16. Okay, sell limits at 72.16. Okay, so I'll just wait for C5 there. H1, let's see. Okay, H1 also looks like it's bottomed out. We should be able to push up. So we can have another limit here. You can see there's a little order block right there. This one here. Okay, so you can have another limit on 71.91. So 191, so limits. So remember also, if you're putting your limits, right? Okay, I cannot see that limit there. But if you're putting your limits, if you have a high probability zone, like on this price, and you also want to have a limit here, this limit has a smaller lot size, right, than this one. That's one thing you should also check, so that if price drags you up, it doesn't eat into your capital that much. Okay, so possibly wait for an intraday reversal somewhere in this area. Okay, that's C1. If anybody else has another view, please share. If you have questions, comments, additions, don't hesitate. Okay, I wanted to look at V75. I want to see how it played out. Step, okay, I'll check step just now. Okay, so V75, this is the move we had. As you can see, coming from the daily, we mentioned that we wanted to see what was going to happen here. Either a push up or a push down, and we marked a few zones, right? A few probable zones. So I'm just going to extend this one into the future as well, because we might possibly use it. Okay, so daily shows that we could be bullish. We can continue being bullish. Like this is a bullish, bearish, bullish pattern. So let's see. H4. H4, we just broke that zone. So this zone, I think it's from H1, if I'm not mistaken. It was broken, retested, and price continued to push up. So I'm hoping those who were trading V75 who asked for this, I'm hoping you guys caught the trade. We had a break here with this candlestick and a nice rejection of the zone, and price continued to push up. So I'm hoping you guys caught some pips. So from this particular move, we're going to look for order blocks as well, so that we can see whether we are going up or we're going down. But from the daily chart, I think we should be pushing up. So possibly we should look for buying order blocks. Okay, so this was yesterday. I think when we had the Zoom, I don't quite remember where the price was, but I think it was probably somewhere in this area. I'm not really sure, but you check price rejected initially. This zone, this order block was rejected. But then it also rejected the 13 EMA, then broke the zone, retested. So you could have entered here, taking profit on these highs from yesterday. So you could have TP'd today after sometime after midnight. So now price is pushing down. What we want to look for, okay, this zone could be retested now, or price can come slightly lower. Okay, as you can see, this OB here, little OB, there was a break here of this high, which validated this OB. So you could have, this was actually a nice signal for a buy. But that was just before midnight yesterday. So today, possibly, we want to see the reaction here, right? We also meeting the 50. So want to see what happens. If we get a break, we are coming down to yesterday's lows. This will be the TP, right? If we break this zone, there's a possibility we might break. Why? Because now check TDI, we've got a nice head and shoulder there. But before we commit, we want to see a confirmation of TDI coming below the 50 and our price coming below the 50 as well, possibly forming an ID 50 setup. So this one, let's just wait and see what happens. So price could also reject here, then have a continuation pattern to the top side. So we should just keep an eye on that for those trading V75. Okay, let me just see what this trend line looks like. So price can actually run up lower to this zone. Right, so for that to be valid, we need to see a break here. Then we TP here or on the 200. But if price doesn't break, we're looking for a continuation, probably back to yesterday's high or today's highs. So we look to buy here, then take profit here. So that's my view on V75. Last synthetic I'm going to look at is step index. Okay, first glance, H1, we've been in an uptrend, but there's a possibility we could be pushing down. So let's put the template. Multi-time frame analysis, we're gonna start with it from the daily. If you look for, first thing you do is you look for your order blocks. So this is the last green candle before the push down. This push down broke these lows here, which you can see. So that validates the order block. Okay, so now we're waiting for a reaction on this zone. If we break, we will see price push up, possibly to this area here, which is on the 200. Okay, that OB will be refined a bit. So we're looking for two scenarios here for price to respect the 50 and this order block. So for that to happen, we need to see price push back down, possibly to that area. So this is the daily. We're going to switch to 4 hour. Okay, 4 hours looking like this. For now, it is an uptrend, but it's currently inside an OB. So this OB can also be adjusted, or we can just put another one here. Okay, you see this last green candle before the fall. Okay, so when it hit that, when price hit that OB, you see it actually pushed back down to the 13. It's good for those who are actually scalping, because this is the 4-hour chart, so you could have caught a sell there back to the 13 EMA. So if you notice, there's also a little order block here. So you could have looked to take profit there. So I think could have manually closed, because here it's very close to where you could have TP'd. So you could have sold here, stop loss, TP. That's your scalping. Okay, but this is H4, so we can still drop down to, so H4 is bullish, we're in an uptrend. We drop down to H1. H1 also bullish. So let's see what happens in the zone which we marked on a higher time frame, because for now, we cannot say we're getting a continuation pattern unless or until we break the zone. So on step, I'd like to wait a bit just to see where price wants to go. So a lot of people might be trapped there as well. So we've got this gray area. We marked it from a higher time frame. So we want to see the reaction here. And we've got this OB from H4. So price is already retested there. So let's see what happens. Is price going to break here and come to the bottom side, or is it going to break here and go to the bottom side, or it might just consolidate in a range? Let's just wait and see what happens. So step one, I would advise a bit more of patience until you get a pattern or a confirmation. Okay, so price can drop to any of these two trend lines as well. That can also happen. So for this one, I'll rather wait. Unless you want to scalp, maybe you could look to your M15, M5 for possible sells, because here, now this is an ID50 on M15. But if you're selling, you should also know that there's this zone. So you might sell and price hits here, then pushes up. Or you might sell, then price pushes down. So it's best to wait and see what happens. You could scalp a sell here, take profit here, then wait to see what happens in this area. Okay, I hope you answered on step, or if you've got your own view on step index, feel free to share as well. Anyone else wants to share their screens, you can just raise your hand. But if there's nobody else, we are going to switch to currencies. Okay. I hope you can see my chart here. We did an analysis on gold, which didn't play as I wanted it to. So if you check when we had the zoom here, yesterday when we had the DMR, we saw a little buy where we were looking to take profits on Friday's highs. So if you check, price ran up to yesterday's highs. So we're waiting for this breakout. If I'm not mistaken, price broke out, retested a bit. It was a scalp trade though. So this was Friday's highs. Price came, hits Friday's highs. If you check here, I actually tried to take 2 more trades on gold, but they all were stopped out. Let me see if I can make this more clearer. Okay, so I had this zone, right, which I had marked possibly from a higher time frame. So when I saw price bounce here and reject, I thought of buying. I actually went in a buy here. I had my stop loss tight just below this previous low, and they hit my SL. So I was back again. I saw another pattern. I was like, okay, probably they taking the price low back into the zone. So I sold possibly somewhere here. That's when I sold, and I had my stop loss just above the previous high. And as you can see, they took me out. And the price sort of, it was a bit choppy here, but then it eventually like dropped to the bottom zone. So that was gold for yesterday. That's how it played out. I shared the signal as well in the group. I think I shared the sell one. Yeah, the first one. This one I shared. And I also updated that one was a loss. We were stopped out. So today, what we're looking at, let's see. So remember, if you want to share, or if you've got a different view from what I'm seeing, don't hesitate to raise your hand, and you can share your screen and show us your view. So this is gold today. It's more of like consolidation. There's not much movement for now. And I think I'll clear this chart because all these zones end up confusing sometimes. So I'll clear my charts, then just mark it up, start afresh on the marking. So today I don't have much here. I don't see any setup. Let's just check the daily. Okay, that's the daily. So daily, you can see we look like we're going to be bullish. On the daily, we look like we are going to be bullish. Okay, I think I'll actually look for buys on gold today. Let's just check H4. Yeah, H4 also looks like it's pushing up because this price action here, for me, it indicates we're going up. Starting from here, then we get this. So there's a high possibility we're going to run up into these highs, break them, and possibly we could push up into this zone, which we marked in a higher time frame. But let's wait and see what happens. But my bias is to buy gold today. So that's 4 hour each one. Each one will just wait for a possible confirmation. So I want to see where I can get whether or not I can get an order block, a buying order block. So I'm just going to remove these. Okay, buying order block, I don't see any here. Okay, so for now, I don't have any OB which I can actually be confident with. Let's see this one. This one here could have been an order block, but this push up didn't break this high, so this dealer can run this price lower before pushing up. That's what I'm seeing. But I'll keep my eyes on gold. I'll keep updating you guys. If I'm on the charts, I'll update on the group. So, okay, I'm seeing this one now. Looks like it's been, let's see. Looks like it's been tested already. Okay, I'm looking at this. Price could run up here, or they could run up until here. They will be possibly inducing sellers and then take the price up. I'm not sure if we have anything on fundamentals on the dollar. I'm not sure if we've got anything on fundamentals on the dollar. I'll cross-check. But gold, I'm looking for buys. I'll be safer looking for buys based on what I'm seeing on the higher time frame. Anyone with a different view, please share. Possibly run up here, or possibly. But if they break these lows, then maybe they are now actually pushing down or like this. But however, my bias is to buy. So I'll have gold on my watch list. Okay, do we have any questions? Additions, subtractions? If there's nothing else, then I'm going to look at, I noticed something yesterday. There's a guy who showed me something on oil. He's actually trading oil, but I had to look at it and I thought I saw some clear patterns there on oil. So I think it was this one, WTI crude. Yeah. So I remember we also marked a sell, which actually played out. That was yesterday. As you can see, this was the sell taken. We had a break of a trend line there, and the retest of a trend line pretty much clear. And our price broke this this mini, you could call it a mini structure there. It was broken here. So they came back into this order block. So stop loss went just above this previous high, right? And we were taking profit on this zone. So this zone was marked from a higher time frame, if I'm not mistaken. Well, the initial take profit was on Friday's lows. So it hit there. That's why we see we didn't extend it here. So the TP was on Friday's lows or Friday's LOD. Okay, so that's oil. For now, it looks like it's consolidating. So let's see what might happen today. Okay, we're just going to do a quick multi-time frame analysis. Okay, you can see I already marked those. You can see there's like order blocks in there. So that's where price can also run up to if it decides to come lower. But for now, we want to see if it's rejecting where it currently is. I hope this is visible. Right, so if you check, price is here. We want to see if this is a rejection. So remember, if this high is broken, the highs will be extended. Right, the highs, it will be just like a long-term trade. So this has been pushing up since December. It's been bullish. They've broken these highs. So that's a market structure broken there. So I'll be looking to take oil long, possibly from where it is if I see a reversal pattern, or possibly from here or from here. Those are the zones are marked on oil. So that's the daily chart. I'm just checking previous data. We've been steady pushing up. Okay. H4. H4, we've got two retests on this zone. Retest here. We could be bullish, but I'll want to break these highs from last week before I commit to a buy. Okay, let's just see if we can make it more visible. Okay, just to make it more visible. So on this particular chart, I've got the 20 MA, 20 moving average simple set to close, and the 200 MA simple set to close. So you see price was, when it was bullish, it was just hugging the 13 and pushing up, 13 and pushing up. The oil is good for swing traders. I think that's one other thing which I've noticed. For those who can hold for some time, because this is 4 hour and price was just bullish. So now price is slowed down, pulling back a bit. They've broken the structure here, broken this structure here, set these lows and broke them. So we could be pushing down, but we need to break this area, right? But if I get a bullish pattern somewhere here, I'll still look to continue with the buys. But oil, I think it would be best also to check on fundamentals, like what's going on around the world. That could help out in having a bias on where it's actually going. So oil is very tradable. H1. Okay, H1 is looking like this. So I'd like to put a trend line here. If I'm going to commit to a buy at any points on oil, it has to be above this trend line. It has to break the trend line, possibly retest, so possibly we'll look for an OB. So this push up could or must break these highs from yesterday. So once we break yesterday's highs, we should actually look for a possible retest, then look to ride it long. But here, keeping an eye, we've had a 2200 cross. So we could be coming back into the zone. So let's just keep an eye on that one as well. So I've got gold, I've got oil, and what else? Let me just check on my phone. Okay, I got gold, oil, okay, and US states. Okay, I think I might have to cut this DMR short because I need to prepare for another Zoom. So is there any questions, any additions, any subtractions on what we discussed today? Questions, additions, subtractions, views? Okay, if there is no other views, thank you guys. I might possibly post this on YouTube as well because I recorded it. So please make sure you share the YouTube link. Okay, thank you guys. Yeah, boo. Okay, let me get out. Okay, you guys, so thank you for joining this morning session. We'll catch up later in the day.